What up, squad? We are going strategy in today's podcast. I hope you guys are doing well. As always, my name is Chad, creator of the Next Level Coaching Academy, creator of the Fit CEO podcast. All right. How about this for a hook? I'm going to teach you guys a strategy where you can sign 3 clients in one singular transaction. Let me say that again. In one sales call, in 60 minutes, if your sales calls go for 60 minutes, could be less, could be 30 minutes, could be 20 minutes, could be 15 minutes, could be 45 minutes. And however long your sales calls are, in that length of time, you could potentially sign 3 individuals for one individual transaction. How about that for a hook? All right. Now that I got you guys hooked in, excuse me, I just burped. I'm drinking a Monster. Cheers to that. But now that I got you guys hooked in, this is a legitimate strategy that we came up with in NLCA, and I want to share for you guys. All right, so this is one of our many referral strategies. All right, so inside of NLCA, we teach 6 different ways to generate leads. One of those 6 ways is referrals. And under the umbrella of referrals, we have multiple different ways of increasing referrals. And this is our newest, latest, and greatest strategy. All right. I don't have a particular name for it. We can call it the 3-for-1 deal, the 3-for-1 referral strategy, whatever, doesn't really matter. All you need to know is how to execute it. All right. So here's what you're going to do. So at the end of your sales calls, all right, you can actually also use this for objection handling, but we'll go down that rabbit hole here in a second. All right, at the end of your sales call, when you close an individual and you're explaining next steps, all right, so at the end of every sales call, you should explain next steps, right? So, hey, first of all, congratulations. Here's what you can expect next. Boom, 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 boom. All right, in those boom, 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 booms, in those bullet points, you're going to say, we have a very special referral program where I can save you 20% off if you refer us to clients. Are you interested in hearing more? They're going to say yes. All right. You're going to give them some brief details, and then you'll say they're going to learn more in your onboarding process. All right. So the brief details that you're going to explain is that you will get them 20% off the program that they just paid for if they refer you to clients that sign on. All right. So if they paid in full, so this client that you're speaking to paid in full, they will get 20% refunded. And if they're on a payment plan, they will get 20% reducted from their payment plan if they refer you to individuals that sign on. Both of those individuals that sign on that they refer to you also have to make month 1 payment before you initiate this 20% refund. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm burping, drinking a Monster energy drink. But both of the people they refer have to make first month's payment each individually before you either give them that 20% refund on the pay in full, or you're taking off 20% from their payment plan. And the reason you want to add that stipulation is it's a protection mechanism for you, right? Because the last thing you want is for the people they refer to join the program and then they both quit. You don't get any money, or you get very little money. And now you've just given this individual 20% off, right? So for protection mechanism, you can either you need to collect first month's pay or first 2 months pay in order for this 20% to be initiated. All right. So at the end of the sales call, you're going to explain that. Once again, there's a way that you can get 20% off. All you have to do is refer us 2 people. Those 2 people need to sign on. They both need to make first month's pay or the first 2 months pay. And once they make those payments, you're going to get either a 20% refund if you paid in full, or you'll get 20% off your remaining balance if you did a payment plan. Okay. So now, like I said, at the end of the sales call, you're going to explain those steps, but you'll say you're going to get more specific details on how to refer us somebody in the onboarding process. All right. So in your onboarding process, I would give them a resource that lays out all these stipulations and all these steps on how to refer these 2 individuals, right? Because now this client is highly motivated. They have a chance to potentially save money on the program if they refer you to clients, right? So they're highly motivated because there's a huge incentive for them, which is they're going to get 20% off, which, little side note, I would give somebody 20% all day long if it means I'm going to get 2 clients. Because like I said, now in theory, for every 1 transaction, I have the potential of getting 3 total clients. The first client I just signed plus their 2 referrals. And what are you giving up to get those 3 clients? You're giving up 20% on one of those packages, right? And 20%, let's say your package is $2,000. That's $400. So basically you're giving up $400 to get 3 clients. The cost of acquisition there is bonkers. It's insane. All right. So if there was any fear about, oh no, I don't want to give up 20% off, ridiculous. Wash that fear out of your head. All right. You're going to get 3 clients for for literally the price of 20% of one singular contract. No brainer. Anyways, in the onboarding process, you should have a packet that lays out all the steps here, all the stipulations and all the steps on how to refer these 2 individuals. You want to do this in the onboarding process because you want to capitalize on their excitement, right? They just got off the sales call. They just heard that they can get 20% off. They want the steps on how to facilitate this. All right. So like I said, in that packet, you're going to write out the stipulations, which is either, each person you refer has to sign on. We have to collect month 1 and month 2 pay, or just month 1, whatever it is. And then step 3 would be, all right, here's how you're going to refer people. Now I'm going to present you 2 different options. You just need to choose one. All right. So option number 1 is you can have a specific type form for this, right? So that type form would be like, all right, what's your name? What's the name of the individual that you're referring? What's their cell phone number, and any other information that you want. All right. So what you'll do here is your client's going to fill out the type form. They're going to present you the individual that they are referring. Obviously, you want to make sure the client, it tells the person that they're referring that they are referring them, and making sure that they're okay with that. You probably want to write that into your resource doc, but they will fill out once the person they want to refer has confirmed that it's okay. They then will fill out this intake form, or this information form, and provide you with the information in order to reach out to the prospect. All right. So you reach out to the prospect, you facilitate getting a call booked, you close them. And then once again, if they close, you get first month's pay, second month's pay. That's one of the 2 people that they need to refer. All right, so that's option 1. I'm actually going to give you 3 options. All right, here's option 2. You're still going to use a type form or some sort of application, except instead of the client filling it out and providing you their referrals information, the client would send the type form to the person they want to refer, and the person they want to refer would fill out their own information, and you would get that submitted. Here's the thought process on that. All right. The thought process on that is, if they are sending it to the person they want to refer, then that person willingly filling it out is also that person saying, I'm okay if I'm getting reached. It's okay if I'm getting reached out to. I want to join this. Right. The first way that we talked about, where the person who is referring, not the referral, but the person who's referring, the client who's trying to get you the 2 referrals so they can get 20% off. If they are filling out the information, we don't always know if our client had a conversation with the person they're referring in the first place, and that could cause a sticky situation. All right. So you have option 1, you have option 2, obviously based on my description. If you're going to go through option 1 or 2, I prefer you do option 2. Okay. Then you got option 3. So option 3 is the one that we actually do in NLCA. And I'll explain why I really like this option. All right. So the person who's onboarding this individual, all right, is going to ask them if they have anybody they want to refer so they can capitalize on getting their 20% off. If the person says, yes, I already have my 2 people, let's go, or I at least have my 1 person, let's go, I've already had the conversation with them, they are interested, then the person who's onboarding this client would then say, all right, great. So next steps is you're going to create a 3-way text conversation between myself, the person you're referring, and yourself, and you're going to introduce me to this individual. All right. So now the client that you just signed is introducing you to the person that they want to join your program. All right. So they are creating the connection. The power here is, once again, the client that you just signed and the person that they are referring have a relationship. So that person they are referring is going to trust the individual if that individual is introducing you or introducing them to you. All right. So I really like the three-way text combo. I also really like the three-way text combo because now they've initiated the combo. So now we don't have to initiate the conversation. And now it's more in our control because they've initiated the conversation. It's right there. There's no, there's no loops we got to jump, there are holes we got to jump through. It's already been created and we can facilitate the call booking right then and there. All right. Also, if you have a team and you are not a one man or one woman show, you can create an incentive for the person who's doing the onboarding. So you can create a commission incentive for the person who's doing the onboarding that every time they get one of these calls booked and that call does end up signing, you can give them an extra X amount of dollars in order to do so. Really powerful if you do that, because now the person who's doing the onboarding is actually motivated to try to create these three-way text combos and convert them to sales calls. And anytime you could tie a money incentive to a task that you want to be completed, huge game changer. Okay. All right, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to go through. Yes, there are a few things I wanted to go through. All right, so backtracking, once again, we went over the offer, how you can get 3 clients for 1. All right, we went over the stipulations. We went over in the onboarding process, you're going to create a resource that explains all these things. Also in the onboarding process, if you're doing an onboarding call, or if you do an onboarding text consult, you're just going to want to confirm that they understand the process and how they can get their 20% off. All right, the next things that I want to talk about are additional checkpoints in which you can either follow back up to see if they have anybody for you, or once again, you could remind them of the referral process. All right. So I would create a 30-day check-in. All right. So 30 days into the program, either yourself or your assistant coach or your VA, whoever you want to do this check-in, will check back in with the prospect and ask if they have found anybody for the 2 referrals to get 20% off. If they say yes, then, facilitate the rest of the process, sending them the type form, creating the 3-way chat, whatever option you do. All right. So 30 days in, reach out. Hey, did you find anybody to get that 20% off? Did you find those 2 people? Take the next steps there. I would do another check-in halfway through their program. So if it's a 6-month program, 3 months in, I would do the same exact check-in. All right. So I would institute those 2 check-ins into this process. All right. The last thing I would do is for our client satisfaction forms, we ask a question, right? So obviously the client satisfaction form is all going to be about them grading their experience in the program. There's one question in there that you could say, would you refer us somebody? Meaning, like, have you had such a great experience that you would refer us somebody? If they say yes, then that's another trigger. So whoever reviews your client satisfaction surveys, if they see yes, that's another trigger for that individual to then reach out to the prospect and say, hey, just read your client satisfaction survey, boom, 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 boom. Also saw that you're interested in referring somebody. I don't know if you know, but you can get 20% off if you refer us 2 people. Do you know the steps? Do you want me to walk you through the steps? Do you have anybody you're interested in referring offhand? And once again, you can use that as another checkpoint. Excuse me. You can use that as another checkpoint to facilitate more deals here. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was very tactical. I love talking about tactical stuff. But if you take this seriously and you execute on this, now for every 1 transaction, you have the potential of signing 3 clients. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.